Hello, I'm back with another exotic or luxury food video. So I have this cool place across the street called, oh, there's a lot of grocery stores that are gourmet in San Francisco. And I found this really cool thing on one of the shelves and I just decided to give it a go. Uh, so I've had duck before. Duck is not too exotic, although it's not the usual chicken and or other beef or pork that I usually eat on a regular. Duck is maybe more, it is more exotic, I guess. Duck is something that people try every once in a while if they feel like it. It's kind of a rich, slightly fatty, darker meat, a little bit gamier. I'm Asian, so basically, uh, we're famous for, let's see, what is that duck called? With the crispy skin. Beijing duck? Yeah, yeah. I guess it's called Beijing duck. That's the one where they take the duck skin and they sort of like melt the fat underneath it and they crisp up the skin, and then they serve it to you in a pancake or in a bun with this really delicious like plum sauce or something like that. I love that. I'm also Cantonese, so Cantonese people do their own version of that duck, but it's like a little bit greasier and oilier because they don't render off all the fat. So basically they put like the special 5 spices powder over it and they roast it until it's like tender and succulent. And that's also one of my treats to eat. So if you like duck and you're by Chinatown, check out the roast duck at these places as part of a treat. It's a very interesting profile. It doesn't really have that gaminess, but it's like very succulent. It's also kind of greasy, so warning on that. So anyways, I decided to try this duck rillettes, which I guess is duck meat in its own juices, I guess. It's shredded duck meat, and I think like they seal it in these little like tins with the, it's like a little jar, and then they seal it in with its own juices and fat and stuff. So it says on here Fabrique d'Elysée, which means, I guess that's their company. It says made in Canada and says chilled 30 minutes before serving. Keep refrigerated after opening. So basically it's a duck meat pate. Pate just means like paste in French. It doesn't necessarily mean that duck liver pate, foie gras. So basically, it's meat with seasonings, white wine, and whatnot. So basically, I think these are really good for eating on toast or on crackers as a quick snack. So I'll give it a go later after I chill it in the fridge for 30 minutes like they recommend. Another thing that I like and I found recently is this. And this is Tangerine Spread. So this is fruit from the Neretva River Valley. Okay, and this is Dalmatia Tangerine Spread, which is a product of Croatia. So Dalmatia is actually a place probably where the famous Dalmatian dogs come from. And it's actually in Croatia. So Croatia has been in a popular tourist site, for the last several years because they have this one castle in the city called Dubrovnik where the Game of Thrones, yeah, that really famous TV series was filmed, and it drew so much tourism there. Yeah, so Croatia is right next to Italy. It's on the Mediterranean coast, and it also shares a lot of the same like characteristics as Italy, but I heard that it was a lot more, it was more of a bargain, I guess. I don't know if it is now since the tourism went up due to that show, but I mean, maybe it bears visiting sometime in the future once this pandemic is done. But anyways, I bought this because it is so cute. And this was I found in the cheese aisle. So basically they have this refrigerated cases full of cheese, and then on top of the refrigerated cases they have all types of cheese type crackers and stuff like that. So basically I guess this is just like a tangerine jam or jelly to eat with cheese. So I'll give this a try later as well. Thanks. Another thing that I've really loved and bought recently, I mean within the last several years, is this. And this is something from Rainbow Groceries that we have in San Francisco. So basically Rainbow is this really cool cooperative like grocery store. It's quite pricey, but they have a lot of really cool things. They have a huge range of exotic things and things that are made by hand locally that are not available in your average grocery store. So I don't shop there on the regular because it's very expensive. But what I do buy there when I get there is stuff that I can't get anywhere else. And this is like, they have this one place, they have this one thing where you can fill up things with like bulk items like olive oil, honey, and all these things from like local people. So my cousin bought this really delicious blackberry honey, and I bought this like aged fermented handmade soy sauce that was made locally from like a specialty vendor. So what they do is they have these giant, like, what do you call them? They have these giant bins, metal bins with these spigots, and you basically bring your own container, or you can buy this container. So I bought this container there, and it's basically just your regular average glass container. And you just pull this, you put a funnel underneath the spigot, and the funnel goes into this bottle, the top of this bottle, and then you pull the lever, and then the liquid flows in. So I had not ever used this method before, and I totally miscalculated the amount of volume, because basically I was only looking at the liquid just dripping in here. I discounted the amount of liquid that was being contained in the funnel. So I didn't shut down the lever in time, and I shut down the lever when it was like up to here, but the stuff, the volume of liquid in the funnel, which was quite big, it was more than this much, and it totally like freaking overflowed and fell on the ground and caused me to be so embarrassed. It actually flowed this soy sauce, which is delicious. It's not as high sodium, but it's very delicately flavored. It's not bitter like the commercial soy sauces. So it has like a rounded, slightly sweeter flavor. It's a little bit more alcoholic, like more fermented tasting. It's really delicious. So I highly recommend this. But anyways, the liquid overflowed, and it totally overflowed onto my jacket sleeve, which is like a puffy jacket. Thank God it was black, so you can see the stain. But basically, I had to ask the employees to clean it up, and you can tell that they were kind of pissed off because this probably happens on the regular. They should actually have a warning sign. But anyways, I had to stand in line for the bathroom, and I was stinking because, wearing soy sauce is not recommended. It smells. It's like really strong smelling. And I stank, and I had to go into the bathroom and rinse it off underneath the sink in the bathroom. So I was dripping wet. My sleeve was like dripping wet. But yeah, anyways, if you ever have a chance to try like non-mass made soy sauce, such as, maybe you can try some of the brands that are available online. Like I think a lot of the Japanese vendors online, they actually sell like premium, like special soy sauce or something like that. And they even have not just dark soy sauce, but they have the specialty called white soy sauce that's really delicious. White soy sauce is more delicately flavored, but also has like a nice alcohol aftertaste. it's more highly alcoholic. So that is really good in certain dishes. If you like to, have that alcohol aftertaste, you know what I mean? It's sort of cleansing. I don't know. I really like it. So if you ever get a chance to try home brewed, or not home brewed, but specialty brewed soy sauce, give it a go. It's like one of these things that can add like a little bit flavor to your food that's not normally there. Another thing that I've been enjoying immensely, and this one is also imported, is this Oolong. So this is Four Seasons Oolong from Taiwan. Four Seasons Oolong is basically a type of cultivar. So tea plants have different types, like species or types that have different characteristics. And Four Seasons is like a relatively current or relatively modern cultivar that was just coming on for the last 10-20 years maybe. And I remember drinking this for the first time from Lupicia. Lupicia was a Japanese-owned chain that opened up in America, and it was available in the malls here in San Francisco and California, and also in Hawaii. And they sold hard-to-find exotic teas from India and from around the world, and from Taiwan. And that was the first time I was ever exposed to Taiwanese oolongs. So oolong is a major expert and specialty of Taiwan. So Taiwan grows some of the best oolong tea in the world. And by oolong tea, I'm not talking about your cheap tea that you find at like the banquet halls or something. These were the teas that I used to drink at dim sum when I was a child, like decades ago. Okay, well, I'm not going to say how many decades, but decades ago. And those teas were always kind of like, tannic, like they would make your mouth pucker, and they were just not very pleasant. They were roasted, toasty, and it was just not tasty and bitter. Those were the cheap oolong teas. No, so now oolong has a different type of tea treatment, and this is called green oolong. So basically, these teas are now green. You just pour some on. So this is how they look. They have, they're like green. They're like beautiful green nuggets and pebbles. So basically when you put this in water, it sprouts into it unrolls into a huge leaf. So basically they pick these, they very lightly fermented, and then now they have this beautiful, they're, instead of being roasted dark brown or, dried up or something like how they used to look, now they're this verdant, beautiful green color. So basically, when these come out, oh my gosh, the liquid is so beautiful. They are so delicate and delicious. Let me show you quickly what they look like. Oh, and do you see this gorgeous, once you open the package, you need to put them in an airtight container. So I bought this beautiful ceramic, look at this gorgeous ceramic glaze. I bought the ceramic thing from China, and basically it's ceramic, but then they have a lid that's the rimmed in metal. So basically it goes tight like this. So you just like screw it tight. Isn't it beautiful? I wish I had bought more. This took forever to arrive because it was stuck in Long Beach for like a month, two or 3 months. It's not the vendor's fault. He sent it out like the next day or something. But yeah, so this is really beautiful tea container. Let me show you how I drink it. So basically, this is probably not the connoisseur way to do it, but this is, for me, just fast and less messy. So basically, there's this Japanese chain called Daiso, and they sell things for like, it's like a Japanese dollar store. So basically they have these tea bags. They come in 100 pieces each. And basically what you do is you put the tea in. So yeah, so I use this. This is like a tea like chute. What do you call it? So I just put it in here, as much tea as you like. I mean, I would probably put a little bit more, so depending on how big your teapot is. So this is plenty for me. I would just, basically it opens up on the top like this, and then you basically slide this in like this. And I like using the slide because if you use your fingers, all the, you know, the balls will fall out and stuff like that. So you basically take it like this and you go like this. You flip the flap inside of it, and then all the tea leaves and stuff like that will be contained inside. And then after you do the tea, you take out you fish out the tea bag. I use like mini tongs. Yeah, so I use these mini tongs to fish them out of the hot pot. And this is the pot I use. Excuse the mess. So basically this is a Mariage Freres. This is like a cute teapot that I have. So basically it's in this, it's like a really cute chunky teapot with like 3 plastic ball feet on the bottom. And basically it's a plain white teapot with this cool metal orb. So the metal orb opens and it's lined in black, like insulative material. And then you just take the tea out. You can take the whole teapot out. Let's see, like this. Well, like that. Oh, so sorry. It's like really dirty. You know what? And then basically I pour the tea into this beautiful thin cup. So this cup is super thin. It's like wafer thin. And then I drink it. Super refreshing. So this is this tea can be drunk cold and hot. Thank you.